Everything changes.
Life. Life.
Okay guys, welcome back to Smoogl3craft. This is Smokey P on episode number 5. We have done a bit of work here at the Quad Witch farm over the last week. As you can see from the time lapse at the beginning, there's been a lot of just grindy work, just removing blocks. So this is going to take a little while. We've moved all the dirt from the top, which you saw in the time lapse, and showed you a little bit of what's going on with the stone removal here. This area was mainly cleared just so we can get the sorting system below and the storage room up here all done. As I'd really like to start using the farms. We've got the one over to, I think it's the south. Or southeast, yeah, southeastmost farm. That one is running with an AFK point. We'll go over there in a second. I'll just show you how it's been doing. But that one's still lit. The one over that way is also still lit, I believe. Yep, still lit. That one's in darkness, and this one's in darkness. I'll try. These two are going to be the first two that I link up to the water stream down there. Put all the water stream in there. They are linked together, and then it just comes down in one ice water stream down here. So that's all there. So we'll have a look at that as well in a minute. I've also got another project when the chests render in. Yep, so we've got another project going on down there. That's just a collection system for all of the stone. We've got an idea of using this as a sort of storage system for anybody that needs stone on the server, stone, dirt, as there are quite a lot of chests over there which are full. There's a number of them full over there. There's a load down there by the beacons as well. So instead of having lots and lots of chests just to clear up, because ultimately I'd either like this all the glass to go or all of this to be glassed, and then nothing. So nothing on the top, none of this scaffolding at the top to mark out the area. We can just put a little, possibly another portal, maybe a quick way of getting down there. Just a way back over here is then going to have two portals in the nether, but in the same tunnel, or we could put it a little off to the side over this direction possibly, just to sort of divide it out. Actually, that's not a bad idea. If we put another portal, say over here somewhere, and have a couple of lines or a couple of rows of chests, but this whole area will be in the region of about 4 million blocks if it didn't have any caves or anything. And that's the 256 by 256 by 60 calculation, and I think it worked out to be something in the region of about 1,000 double chests. So we've been doing a lot of wood mining. That's my contribution down there. It's almost 3 chests full. I also think my colleague Bacco, that's his name, another one of the Smoogles on the server, he's putting all this together. He's already been over to my storage room and raided all my chests over there, so I have no more storage of chests, which is frightening because I tend to use lots of chests. So I've had to do a lot of wood mining for this project and this project, because again this is going to use quite a few, not as many as I've used in the past, not as many as I did in my storage room, I don't think. That was a little while ago, but yeah, let's just have a look at the sorting system and the storage room. So the storage room, really going to be very simple. Not sure whether I'm going to do a fancy roof or not, but it will go up a bit higher in the middle. Probably put something in the middle of it as well. I need to work out where that's the center of the farm, or center of the 256 by 256, and if my calculations were correct, it's about 120 blocks to each farm, but you've got the drop to consider as well. So it's probably going to be roughly around here that is your center point to get all the farms to work, and so the witches don't despawn by the time they get to level 30, because that's also a consideration as well. It's just going to take some playing around and getting the right AFK point, but this should work for all the collection system and the sorting system which is below. We're putting in a similar system to the iron farm with the bulk storage chests, or bulk crafting chests, sorry. So you would grab your axe and come along and break the chests, and there was a bit of glowstone. Oh, I can't put that item frame on the front, can I? No. Okay, that needs to go. So you would do that. All the items would be on the floor. Then you would go into your crafting grid, and then use your numbers to put it into the corresponding places on the crafting grid. If I can get my words out, it'd be nice. So that would be in there, and that can just go back in there. So that's how you do your bulk crafting, and then once you're done, you just put the chests back in here, and the hoppers just feed them back in. So that would actually need to be probably, if we put it up there, would probably be a better idea, wouldn't it? So that's both those bits on there. I may get rid of all of these and then just have the single indication, but on here you may have to have it in the center or something. I was just playing around with a few ideas, but I like the corners. The corners are not too sure on the sandstone. May change that out for a different block. It works over here, so I thought, well, let's just integrate it into the corner and see how it goes. But yeah, so it's one of those. I'm not the greatest builder in the world, I will freely admit that, but I have to say my style is getting better the more I try and do. I try and also put, I may even try and put some bushes in there or something, and put some lighting behind it, just to bring in a bit of green maybe, and I do a few vines here and there and things like that. Obviously also got the ceiling to play around with, which we can bring some more elements into as well. But that's the storage room. The sorting system is down here. This is, we're trying to get away from hoppers and using tons and tons of hoppers to do all the work. So ice streams these days is a very good way of being quite resource friendly. We've got the ice spikes biome, so the packed ice isn't too difficult to get hold of. Water, obviously, tons of water at the top. Glowstone, we've already got the witch farm running, so that isn't too much trouble either at the moment. And obviously we're destroying the desert for the glass, so all the resources are fairly easy to get hold of. I have tons of obsidian as well for ender chests, and obviously the end farm as well, so they're no biggie as well really. So all of this is fairly easy to put together. This is the same system I used on the Guardian farm, so it is really a repeat of the same thing that I've done over there. Nice and easy really, but if anyone's missed that video, all that happens is the items, if I bring it in from over here and just singly throw in the items, so items would flow around the system. And then initially they would come in and align themselves on that wall, but then by the time they get to those ender chests, it then aligns itself to go around the outside. So it will always take itself around the outside of the collection system, and what it's actually doing is it's just over the block, so the hoppers have chance to actually suck the item up. And I've used 2 blocks over here, or 2 hoppers over here, so it can actually sort out 46 items out of the stream at once. Otherwise it only limits it to 23. So that was something, and that's purely because we've got the quad farm, and I'm thinking I don't want to come back here and redo all of this because it's not fast enough, and we've just got items flowing round and round and round until they despawn, which is obviously very inefficient. So I have made the decision to do 2 collection systems here. They feed down into a buffer of chests, so even if the dropper down the bottom can't cope, it's got plenty of buffer here to back up into. So that system down there is also something which I've recently come across. I really can't remember the name. It was just something I was searching through on YouTube and came through. I found this basically torch burnout dropper system. So you've got the 2 torches there, so it constantly fires. Let's see if I have got anything. Yeah, we'll use a fair few items here. Let's actually put them into the dropper because it will be quicker. So when you've got loads of items, as you can see, this thing constantly fires. It's so very fast, and it's a lot better than the comparator clock, where it just fires and fires and fires and fires at that sort of pace. This has a constant stream of items out, and hopefully with the kind of output that we're going to get out of this farm, that's the sort of speed that I need. It's just brilliant really. And there, so all of those items I put into there, so that was 2 stacks and a bit of stuff roughly. They've already been making their way up the item innovator, and they should be should be in the bulk crafting chests. I did this earlier and we had 35 out of 55 in that chest, and then the other 20 in there. So don't think that's all of them. Yeah, so I don't know why half of them are making their way into there and half of them in there. It may just be because of the speed that the items are coming up. It can't suck them all up. A bit of a weird one, but it is just that the most of the items will end up filling up this row first, then this row, this row, this row. So it will make it from right to left, and then the same whichever way. I think I've gone up the back of this one and gone that way, and that's due to the item destroying system. So what we've got, when all of these are full and all the hoppers are full, it will start backing up if there wasn't an overflow system basically in there. Now the overflow system is just a line of hoppers across the top, so when eventually that hopper there we've got, there you go, that hopper down there is full, it will then back up the system. Will it back up? No, these hoppers will always be empty, but once that one fills up, then all of the items will flow across the top down to this system here, which is just a dropper, with the same torch, redstone torch clock. There we go, we'll go with that. And that then just spits the items out onto a cactus. So it will always get rid of overflow items. So we won't have any problems with items not backing up the system, because if we didn't have, that's what I was going to say, if we didn't have this in here, then it would then back up all of the hoppers all the way along the line. It would only affect the storage system that's there, but you'd have lots of items on this hopper up here just sitting here waiting to despawn, because the system down there will still sort them out, still send them up the item elevator, they'll come down here and they'll just sit here until they can be then transported along the system. So it's just a way of cutting down on entity count on the server. So that's basically what we've been doing down on the witch farm. That's pretty much it so far. So what my plan for the rest of this morning will be is finish out the rest of this room. Not sure if I'm going to do the sorting system as well. I may just do this room and then do the sorting system maybe tomorrow. But what I want to do, as I said in my previous episode, is just do a little bit of the witch farm, or some bits of the witch farm. Obviously we've got lots of grindy things, so I'm always over here doing something at the moment, just to help the project along. But I want to go and do stuff in my base, as again I've been over here or out and about doing stuff on the server rather than working over at my base, and that's looking a bit glum at the moment. Haven't been over there in a little while, and I'm missing my fish. My fish is down there. The fish is still going around the sorting system, I hope. Or has it despawned? Nope, it's despawned. Beautiful. So I need to go and get some food, because now I'm starving. I think I've got some down there actually, but yeah, so it is something that needs to be done. Let me just find my food, because otherwise I'm going to die. But yeah, we'll do some over here, and then we'll go over. There we go. Then we'll go over to the base and do something over there. I think the last thing we worked on over there was the cactus farm. I dug the hole for it, and I wanted to finish that out. So we may end up having to go at a cactus farm, 2-layer cactus farm. It's a very big hole. And then we've got the storage room to do with that, or we may even start ferrying some of those items up to the storage room, the level above. Not sure yet. Couple of ideas again with that, but I will do what I said, carry on with the room up there, and I'll meet you back in a few. been busy. As I said in the previous clip, I have now finished out this room. Yeah, been very busy. The whole room is done. Also been busy with the sorting system at the bottom. That is now all sorted, and as you can see, we've got items coming up here already. All the water streams are in from all 4 farms. All 4 farms are on. So that's all now linked. Let's see if we can just get down there and I can quickly show you what's going on down there. You can also see my colleague has been very busy with the storage system for all the stones as well. So they've all been they're all in the process of being transferred from there into that water stream and down into the system. So that's all getting sorted. If I just find my way around here, we've got the ladder here. Let's do the quick way without landing on that glass. There we go. Yeah, so this is the system down here. Very simple. Sorting system here. Down through buffering chests basically into this dispensing system and up into the test item elevators. I am aware that this is broken 1.9, but I'll sort that out when it comes to it. But yeah, so we've got all the water streams coming in here. As you can see, we've got items flowing around as we speak. So these are all linked to all 4 farms. So we'll just take a trip down one of these and you can see, really simple. Couldn't really be any simpler, to be honest. That's one farm, but we take a look at this one, you can actually see the base bit down here. Also put a few golems in case they survive. I actually think it was due to the ladder. They were catching the ladder that was going up and down, but I've removed that ladder as well, so I could probably get rid of the golems out of there as well. But yeah, so again, comes through hopper system all the way through into the dispenser down there. Again, another clock, auto detecting clock, fires the items out into the water stream over into the sorter. So that's really that. If I quickly get back over to the portal, also been busy nether side as well, so the nether tunnel is also done. As well as a quick way of getting down. There's a gap, I think it's that one there, a gap to a portal which is in the nether, which takes you down to that floor. As going up and down this ladder was driving us all bonkers, which is a little bit I need to do now anyway, so let's jump across. Yeah, so give us a second, I'll just do a quick cut while I make my way over. And I'll meet you back in the nether for the witch tunnels. Okay guys, so that's the entrance from this end. So we're coming from Smoogl3craft, which is down that way, coming down this way. There's nothing really here. I mean, eventually if there's another tunnel we can take this out. It was just sort of a filler to fill the cobble in. We've got a couple of witches this side. These are a bit of a pain to get here. Put them in minecarts and things and then push them, heal up, push them, heal up as they're poisoning you and stuff all the way there. They are name tagged as well. So actually had to do this twice. This is the first time I forgot to name tag them, which was pleasant. Not really. So I've had to put in rails and get couple of mine carts and things from the swamp biome over there. Thankfully the surrounding areas weren't lit up, so they were spawning quite frequently, which was nice. So it's fairly easy to get. It was just painful to get all the rails in and get them up into the place, name tag them, break the carts, etc., without all dying with being poisoned and things. But been gone with the sort of herringbone style floor and ceiling. I've put it on the same alignment. I did try doing this one the opposite way, but it just looked horrible. So that's that, and this is the actual tunnel itself. I mean, I'm not the best builder, but I quite like this. This is alright. So we've got the oak and the spruce, the vines, cobwebs, and the oak leaves with the glowstone behind. So yeah, so that's the portal to the witch hut. And this is the stone quarry, so this is the one that goes down lower, so I'll just take you through there. And this comes out here, so at the very bottom. All of this stone will be going anyway, so that will be an exposed portal down here, but we're just basically doing this as a stone storage place for the server. So I mean, obviously we're removing 4 million blocks from this area, or potentially, so this is going to be absolutely chock-a-block full of stone and other resources which we can just access at the bottom. And I don't, apart from those ones there, anything above that will automatically fill these ones. So yeah, it's lots and lots of stone and cobble and all sorts, and I think we've got some other resources and ores down here. I mean, as you can see, dirt and other bits and pieces. So gravel, andesite, bit of coal, iron, more coal, flint. So I mean, it's all done on an individual sorting system at the top. Let's see if I can get him from the distance. Oh, too high. That's one. There we go. So yeah, so that's the Impulse SV sorting system, the one that uses the 3 line of redstone. So it's a 41 items plus a single one filling the hopper. So let me just show you that. So you'd have 41 items in this one, then 3 in every other. It's the same as I've used before. Then the unloading system over there is something from Ilmango, which I use the farms for. So go check that channel out. I personally haven't watched it, but apparently it breaks in 1.9, so we'll get all this done before we get to that point. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, looking at what we've done today, I've run out of time for the episode. I'll start the next episode over in my base area, and we'll get stuff done over there for the next episode, as we've been working on other projects for the last couple of episodes, really. So yeah, we'll go and work on the base, and thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment. I'm also going to try and stick up in the video some links to the other Smoogles that are doing videos, so go and check those out. If they're not on the screen, then they'll be in the description. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.